What is up, Fox fans? Check it out. We got, of course, the Alpha RT kit here for the Jet Ceda. If you guys want to check out the stock Jet Ceda and what it's all about and how great it is and all that stuff, go ahead and check it out right there. If you guys are just curious on the kit alone and kind of what comes in it with a more, upfront and personal view, you can check out that video right there. We are finally going to do the upgrade for this Jet Ceda because it's about time, right? This gun stock shoots like 80 something FPS, like 80, 85, and to be honest, it's okay, right? But 80 is like not that far in comparison to you mod something like this, which will cost you less than this, and this thing's shooting, when you shoot the small darts out of it, it's shooting 130 FPS, and when you're almost shooting double, you can outdistance with the handgun, you can outdistance this thing. It's almost like no competition. So that's why we went ahead and got the Alpha RT kit, and we want to throw it in to get this thing shooting up to 100, I think it's like 150 FPS on the small darts. They do make 3 levels. Now, in the stock form of these, they have the Omni kit, and the Omni kit, again, shoots like 90. The Alpha RT kit shoots 150, and I believe they have one more kit. I forgot the name of it, but that thing shoots like 190, and I don't want to shoot small darts at 190. If I'm having a Nerf war, 190 that's going to hurt if you're going to hit someone within like 15 feet. 150 is not too bad, but I get it, right? 190 is a little intense, but the quality of the 190, when I was looking at it, I think it was like all aluminum, so it was pretty awesome to see. But you can get these for a lot of you guys who have the Jet Ceda just standalone or versions of it. A lot of people can get the Alpha RT kit, I think, for like 40 bucks or something like that. And I mean, it takes this thing to a whole nother level. We have another Jet Ceda over there that we've done this to, that it's brutal. The thing, it turns it into a real, almost like a sniper rifle comparison to like Nerf rival guns and things like that. And that's what I think these things are all about, is really getting that level of performance and accuracy that you would expect out of something like this, especially if you play a lot of Nerf, right? And you really want that accuracy, you want that good feel when you're moving around. I like it because, again, it's a good feel. I know I don't have the things in there. It's a good feel, and it's what you'd expect when you want to kind of bump up from the hobby grade stuff. So anyways, let's switch camera views here so you guys can go ahead and see me put this thing in, and then we'll see how it performs out of the box and kind of compare it and kind of go from there. Here we go, guys. All right, guys, so we went ahead and switched up views here. I've taken some of this apart just to kind of speed up how this kit goes in, just in case some of you guys are kind of curious. I did already put in the barrel, and if you guys are curious on, again, this kit alone, check out the video over there. And again, it kind of goes over all the individual parts because you don't need to upgrade everything at once. I highly recommend it because I think it is cheaper to get the kit. So yeah, go check out that video if you guys want to. Let's get right into this and kind of go over how easy this thing is to upgrade when you have all of this. Less than 5 minutes. So yeah, so this is what it looks like right inside. If you guys have already seen all this, one of the things Jet Cedas are known for is the ease of use and really just how to get to the internals and kind of go over everything. It's going to look something like this, right, when you first get it. Pretty straightforward, nothing too fancy. You pop this, you pop this out right here, and you're going to notice that this is the new one. So this plastic housing is pretty much identical. It's just the front of these, kind of inner bolt assembly there. You see that? That's really what's different. So both these, I would just set them off to the side and just have them ready in case, you want to throw whatever back in there or just have them as backups. Now, the actual plunger tube assembly is pretty straightforward. It should just unclick on the sides, and the whole assembly should just fall right out. Boom. Something like that. And again, you can see how tiny that spring is with this plunger tube right here. Mine is super dry in there, but yeah, looks something like that. Again, this was identical to my plunger tube here. Or the upgrade one, identical. The only thing different was this huge spring and, of course, the plunger tube inside and the little O-ring. So this is really, really easy to install. Pretty much just line up the spring in the back, and you already have little notches on the side right here where these things slide into. Make sure you lube. I lubed a little bit inside there. You put that one little spacer in there, the O-ring, right? Pretty straightforward. You can almost compare it to your old one if you guys don't know. You could see that little that rubber kind of grommet on the front with the O-ring there.
Again, just throw that off to the side. Push this back and it should click in. Perfect. So that's clicked in. Now you can go ahead and install your inner bolt assembly. Now the thing here is you don't want to tighten this too much right here. If you tighten this screw too much, it actually makes it so the front of this is narrower. And you're going to notice when you're trying to cock your gun, it won't clip back in because these keep sliding out of the rails. So I didn't torque that down super tight. It's in there tight, but it's not super torqued down. So these go in these rails right here. Again, you can't miss it. Just slides right in. Just line that up. Put a little bit of grease on the back of that. So that just goes in. Something like that. So check it out. Pretty straightforward. And again, you can see here, if you have it too tight, it'll be like that. It'll have a little bit of gap there. So that looks perfect. So that's pretty much it. The back is done. Now the front is super, super easy. Now I've already put mine in to save us some time, but we had that clear plastic piece. This is the old one. So this basically sits like this inside the blaster. It sits kind of like that, right? So to get that is you pretty much push on, you can see you'll have that, you can see the clear plastic one in there, but you push on it, and at the same time, there's this right here, which is kind of a lever. If you pull down on that and you push, the whole assembly will pop out of there. And with your metal barrel, it'll fit inside the black piece. It just screws right in, and then your plastic piece slides that over, right? It's very, very straightforward, and that's pretty much it for the front end. You really don't have to lube anything there. It's just a pop out, pop in, you're ready to rock and roll. And like I said, this should take you probably, I don't know, 5 minutes to put together. I mean, if that. So you throw that back together. I usually like to put these in first. Get this kind of out of the way. Then you usually typically line this up. And the thing that I notice about this with these kits is I notice the weight difference, right? I'm noticing a weight difference for sure. So make sure those are lining up with the holes on the inside of the plastic there, that slidey piece. So that looks good. Flip it over, let's do the other side. Just keep an eye on it, make sure those are going in the holes and not pushing the plastic in. So there we go. I mean, like I said, 5 minutes, if that. But I can definitely feel the difference in weight in the back of this in the back of the blaster now. It's not crazy, but yeah. So then we'll throw in some darts here. We'll go, and I know some of you guys are going to ask, oh yeah, well what about the extra ring here in this? I reuse that one on the top of the one plate there. You can use the trigger. I personally like the orange trigger. To put the orange trigger in, right, you got to remove a lot more. I guess the black would look cool, but I really like the orange. I think that looks, I just like it. I wish it was red, to be honest, but I like it a little more. This one, or this piece right here did come along with, it's actually just the same as that white piece. And to swap it, you need to, right, take all those pieces, because you got to open this whole piece up here to put this piece in, and it was just the same. So I am just going to use it as a backup. But again, if this is supposed to be a higher end fancy piece, let me know. It looks the same. It's just clear acrylic comparison to white. So I don't know. Yeah, so let's go ahead and shoot this thing and see how we like it.
All right, guys, so check it out. Yeah, it's all back together. Again, it maybe 5 minutes. If you are going to change things like that front barrel housing up there, you can. It's just going to take a little bit longer. You got to have to split the case. And I just say, you know what? This is clear acrylic comparison to the white, and it looks the same thickness and everything. So I'm just going to use this as a backup. You can't even see that piece in there. And things like the outer barrel housing, or the bolt housing right here, is pretty much the same. You can use it as a backup. The plunger tube housing was identical. Thickness, material, everything was the same. So if you're going to just upgrade the main components, yeah, it's going to take about 5 minutes. If you want to do things again like the trigger here, yeah, okay, that's going to take a little more, because again, you have to split all of this.
actually now looking at it, I think the black trigger actually looks kind of cool in comparison to that orange. Maybe I should have done that. But nonetheless, you should be able to do the main components and have a bunch of stuff left over from your, from the stuff previous to have as backup in case something does happen. And from a performance standpoint, yeah, this thing is nuts now. I mean, it is night and day comparison to the stock Omni kit that's in here. When you get it, it's only shooting like 80, 85 FPS. Now this thing's shooting like 150, 140. So you could see the things right up there, the FPS. This thing is a brutalizer. And it is super accurate. I can't explain enough how accurate this thing is. I can only imagine throwing the the high-end internal kit in here that makes this thing shoot 190. But once you start getting 190, I mean, right, it's really hard to play Nerf because you could pretty much outshoot someone 4 times as far, and they probably wouldn't want to play with you. So anyways, yeah, overall, do I think the Alpha RT kit is worth it? Oh, definitely. They do, again, have the Jet Ceda Model S, which comes with this kit pre-installed now for $89. Oh, man, that's insane. I am going to pick up one of those, or maybe I won't, because, I mean, it's pretty much the same thing. I do like the new blue that they have, and I guess the plastic is not this shiny type plastic. So I might pick that up, compare the two. But overall, guys, oh, man, I think this thing is a beast now. I mean, it was good before, but now it is awesome. So I don't know. I say pick it up or pick up the Model S if it's comparison. I might pick that up later. Don't forget about all the giveaways we're doing, you guys. You can check it out right there. Make sure you get in on those. We try to at least have one going all the time. So if you're watching this and it's old, go check out the main channel. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Make sure you sub. Make sure you get in all this stuff so you guys can get in on those giveaways and kind of always be in the loop with what's happening. As always, Fox fans, if you guys have any suggestions or anything like that, make sure you leave them in the comments. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thanks again.